Welcome anyone to the Gaming Chamber podcast, episode 16. We missed a day of recording a day late, but still got this week to go. So, or I guess I'll end up uploading this a day late, but it's still gonna go up. I think in a good enough time.
Sunday is technically the start of a new week, so
You
we're fine.
know, yeah, you're right. Right? You know what? We are fine. Technically we haven't missed a week because Sunday is the start of the week, and what? Oh, we were talking about it yesterday. We're gonna have to record a day late anyway, right? For the next episode or next podcast.
Yeah.
So
Mother's Day. Do you remember
Mother's
Mother's
Day.
Day?
Well, I wouldn't know about Mother's Day anymore. I don't have one, but that's something else. All right, but yeah, as I said, podcast 16, episode 16. Uh,
Our Sweet 16.
oh,
Do you think
that's yeah.
MTV
That's
will throw us a?
I was
Do you think
literally trying
MTV
to.
will throw us a little shindig for our
I'm
Sweet
hoping.
16?
I'm hoping. I was trying to come up with something clever for 16, like, oh, now we can like start learning how to drive or something like I don't know. The Sweet 16 I guess works better.
15 is when you get your learner's permit, so you missed that joke.
I thought it was 16. Is it
16 is
really?
when you get your actual license. 15 you can drive, like that's when you start learning with your learner's permit with your parent.
Wait, have I been I could have sworn it was 18 you could get your license. 16 was your learner's
Maybe in
permit.
California, but no, but here
Oh,
I
maybe
got
that's how it is in California.
I
Yeah.
mean, maybe I don't know, but yeah, here in Oregon, at 15, you could get your learner's permit, so you could start driving, and you had to have a parent with you. And then on your 16th birthday, you were eligible to get your license because I got my license on my 16th birthday.
Nice.
Okay, okay.
I got a 17th. I think I was 17 when I got it.
Ooh, so not your birthday. Got it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got it in
Ooh.
October. I got it mine in October.
You know, no, honestly, if that is like the case, that like it is like that different, uh, from state to state
Because
like
like
that. I know that it's different.
unrelated. I
Yeah.
know we're getting off track, but it's like unrelated. Like when my mom was growing up in Idaho back in the day. Like I think it was like 13 or 14 you get your license because that way you could like drive the tractor on the farm and stuff like that. So
That that makes sense. In Idaho, you said? Like that makes sense
yeah.
because there's a lot of farming and shit
Yeah,
out
you
there.
are
So
Daho.
yeah, I love Idaho because they're not
Yeah.
afraid to say Idaho. Yeah. Oh my god. No, but that makes sense. Like, I mean, you're saying like getting off track, but we can get off track. That's what makes the podcast fun to listen to, right? We don't just we're not just robots talking about video games.
Speak for
This
yourself.
happened. Oh wow. Oh my god. Ah, yeah. We're not just automatons. This is what we talk about. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, as I said, podcast episode 16. We got some. There's not a lot to talk about, but the things that there's gonna be at least a couple things that are pretty big news. One definitely has been like setting the fucking gaming world on fire. I don't know what your guys' opinion on it are, but for me, I know I think it's stupid. But we'll get into it when we get into it. Um, yeah, we'll get into that. Before we get into all the I didn't even introduce you guys. My normal twosome that are here for the normal threesome. Devin, JJ, go ahead and say what's up. we got we're here getting like sidetracked. I haven't even like said you guys introduce you guys back. Go ahead.
How's how's it going, everybody? Everybody.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Oh, I don't even think I said to be secure. See, we're just getting off track, man. We're just getting off track. Um. Okay, well, that was all fucked up. Anyways, so before we get into all the good stuff, what have you guys been playing this week, JJ?
I've been playing a lot of Star Wars Battlefront too. The new one. I think 2017 version, whatever. I saw it
Oh
on
yeah,
sale,
yeah.
$5 Friday. I was like, fuck it, I'll buy it. And then I've just been hooked. Again, just because, may the fourth be with you and all that stuff. I just got in a Star Wars mood. So I've just been playing that. and
Yeah.
RuneScape.
Just
Getting
loading.
excited for Paper Mario.
Cool, 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 cool. Devin, I know what you've already been playing, so go ahead.
Yeah, I've got crabs. So I've been playing the another
Oh
crab's
God, of
treasure on
course of course.
Xbox.
God
um,
damn.
and
Oh,
a little bit of Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Um, late at night, just playing that a little bit. So that's been fun. Doing that, get a little Switch gaming in.
I cannot
But
believe this guy
The
said
crabs
that.
game is the crabs
I
game.
was gonna
Like, if
ask
anyone
about that.
hasn't played it, it's a lot of fun. And like, I mean, it's a Souls game, so it's like it's tough. But the nice thing is like if you do just want to play through it, there's accessibility options to where you can basically be like god tier mode, and it essentially turns into like a platformer. Um,
Wait,
because like I was
really?
telling you guys earlier, yeah, like if you put the gun on, you can put a gun on the back as because there's different shells that you get, whether it's thimbles, like coffee pods, a lot of stuff that like gets like lost in the ocean or whatever. But you can put a gun. It's hilarious. It's a giant like 9 millimeter gun that's just on the back of your crab, and it just one hit kills everything. I even tried it on a boss. One hit kills the boss. It's hilarious, and it's
Really?
even an achievement. Yeah, and it's even an achievement to just kill another crab, like specifically a crab. If you kill a crab with the gun, it's an achievement.
Where do you get that?
Um,
It's just
it's just in the options, dude. You can turn it on at any point.
shit. I did not know that.
Um, yep, you can turn it on at any point. Turn it off. You can turn on, or if you don't want like the gun, you can turn on to where like um, your shells have more resistance to damage, or like you don't lose your souls. Like if you're like I just don't really like the souls aspect, where if I die and I die again, like I lose all of my souls. You can turn that option off. So um, there's some things to make it like if you want it to be like less of like a pain in the ass, like you can have it that way, which is kind of cool. If you're wanting for more of just like a platformy experience, Tunic kind of did like the same thing, where you had like an invincibility mode, where if you're looking for more of just like to go along with the story and see how it happens. But they tell you like when you're about to turn some of the accessibility options on, they're like, hey, just FYI, this game's supposed to be tough, but if you really want to, like, go for it. Like, we're not
Does it?
gonna.
Does it
But you
like
still get all the achievements and stuff.
that? I was literally about to ask you that. I'm like, is it one of those things though? Like, if you turn it on,
No,
you're not
because like
getting
I
the
tried against
achievements.
a boss, and I was like, oh, like, will it just one hit the boss, and then am I gonna get screwed at this achievement? Which I was like, it's fine. It's like a 15 gamer score achievement, but no, you just blast the boss in his face, and then it's one hit kill, and just achievement unlocked. So it turns into like I said, just a platformer at that point.
Yeah, yeah, that was one of the things right now you're talking about that I'm like, I really hope that doesn't like, because you know how like
Nope, doesn't affect any achievements.
some
Like Grand
games
Theft
have that.
Auto, like if you use cheats in Grand Theft Auto, they'll be
Yeah,
like, nah, bro.
but there's some games too where it's like, I think it's like Elder Scrolls and stuff like those games. Like if you turn on do certain things, like oh
Yeah,
you're
if you put
turning on,
mods in Fallout, it'll disable achievements. So
yeah, something like stuff like that where I'm like,
You put console command, it voids everything.
yeah, I don't like
Same with
that. That
Starfield.
I'm like sometimes I just want to play the game the way I want to play the game. Like if you put that in, just let me do it and not get fucked over on
yeah,
achievements.
so you'd be fine if you just want to just run through the Crab's Treasure game, just put a gun on your back. They have some other fun mechanics in it, like if like there are certain shells that you can put like on the end of your fork, which is your sword. You can't change your weapon. You just get a fork. Like you can put like if you attack like a crab shell, because crab shells are one of like the things you can have as like one of your shells, but you can have a crab shell on the end of your fork, and it does like extra damage and stuff like that. So there's some kind of cool mechanics like that where they've done some pretty cool things.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to play more of it later on tonight when
It's on Game Pass, so anybody with Game Pass should play the game.
yeah, it is on Game Pass. That's came out what, a few days ago, right?
Maybe I think less. I found out for more too. I think it's about like a week.
Yeah, I think about it for a week.
Shit. All right. As for me, just playing Fallout 4. I wanted to ever since they did their whole did their update and everything, but I've been wanting to. I mean, I've just wanted to play through it. I never finished the game when it first came out and everything. So, yeah, just playing Fallout 4 and more Destiny because I was doing the grind to get the super black shader in that damn game. Finally got it. That's the one that, like, I love the Destiny game, but I like the shader system. I always thought was crap. I'm just like, why can't you just let me have like pure blue, pure green, pure colors? It's always like this, like, oh, here's like this really cool looking green color, but it's got like yellow and or pink or just some other color that's just like no. Like they didn't have like a straight black one. It was always like weird. So now that they had the super black, I was like, I have to go for it. I have to get it. um. So yeah, it was just Fallout 4, Destiny, which I think is kind of funny that those are two games I'm playing because I'm pretty sure the Fallout 4 game, like they worked with the Bungie on their for the shooting mechanics for Fallout 4. I swear that's a thing. I could be
Don't
wrong, but
swear on this podcast.
oh yeah, just yeah. Don't swear on this podcast. Don't fucking swear on this. No, I'm kidding. All right. So yeah, that's what we've been playing. You guys want to get into it then, right? The topics, or you guys want to talk about something else before we get into all that? Oh shit.
I got a random little thing. I know it's a little off the topic you guys play, but Final Fantasy 14 apparently got a DDoS attack today.
Oh really?
Yeah, a lot of people couldn't log into their servers, just not having it.
Damn.
Yeah, I think they're trying to obviously solve get a solution to figure that out and get those players back on track.
Shit. Like, man, that's kind of, I don't know, man. Like that's so sad nowadays. Where we'll get into it. There's a reason, like not a reason, but like that was part of the reason. Like your information getting out there. Why when we get into it, why the gamers were saying hell no, we don't want to do this. But when we get into it, we'll get into it. It's just like we there was that Capcom leak that had all the information, like a few years back or whatever it was. I mean, there was that infamous PlayStation, fucking just their shit went down for how long was it down? For months, right? It wasn't even just like a couple weeks or anything.
I think it was.
It was
I think it was
months.
a month. I think it was a month.
I could have swore it was like 2 or 3 months. You probably
I mean, it
maybe.
might have been. It might have been. I mean, it was so long ago. I mean, it was like when I was first at GameStop, so it's been a while. To date myself.
Like yeah, man. Like that's what makes it a little bit more difficult when you want to like you know you put all your information like I know you guys probably do the same as I do. You just have your credit card number or whatever you want to use like just on your account so you can buy a game just like that. And like it can get hacked and oh now they have your information. The hope is that they're going to protect us, these video game companies.
DDoS attacks is just them just overloading the servers to make it nobody can log in.
Yeah. I just don't know why people even like DDoS attack. Like, you guys got nothing better to fucking do. Like, people just
It's
want to
weird
play.
because it's like Final Fantasy. There wasn't really anything like big, usually when big things happen, like when people try to DDoS Xbox and PlayStation because it's like it was Christmas, so obviously they're gonna try to slow down the servers on Christmas Day so people that got Xboxes or PlayStation they can't play anything. But it's
Yeah.
just annoying. There was not really anything big going on for Final Fantasy. I think WoW probably faces some, maybe not. I don't know, maybe, but like during the whole maybe launch of an expansion because a lot of people are gonna be playing again, so they try to be toxic and just put that fucking DDoS attack during them to slow down their special event or expansion release, so players can have a shitty experience on it.
Yeah,
But it's just kind of dumb.
I think that's like the main thing all the time is that they're not doing it because they want to steal information or I think a lot of it is they're trying to like they're quote unquote trolling like things like that. They're fucking with systems and companies and all that shit because they just think it's hilarious. I don't know. Yeah, it just gets a
But it's like
little
you got nothing better to do. Like that's my thing.
yeah.
It's like you got nothing better to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to like think of like that's all I could say about it is that yeah, it's like you got nothing better to do. You're just trolling because you just want to be an asshole just because. That's all it is. A lot of times that's what it seems. I think that's all it is. Is that yeah, they're like oh yeah, we just want to be an asshole. They think it's hilarious to inconvenience people like us. Yeah, but yeah, oh man, yeah, that's DDoS attack on the final, especially on a game like that, like because that's the MMO, right? Okay.
Yeah,
uh,
it is the MMO.
yeah, so like obviously you do that on a freaking MMO, it's gonna be it's one thing to like do it to Call of Duty, but to obviously an MMO where yeah, you kind of need the servers and everything to be up and running because there's a lot happening because it's supposed to be an ever living world and stuff like that or whatever. I don't know. Video games are not immune to this bullshit. But I don't know. All right, so let's just go ahead and get into the topics for the week. Let's just get this one out of the way real quick. 'Cause obviously, I don't think we have a lot to say on it. The 7-Eleven Tetris console. uh, what do you guys think of it?
Waste of money.
What is this? $30, right? You wouldn't spend $30 on that
No,
to play Tetris?
you can play Tetris like on my phone for free.
I bet you play on a giant Slurpee cup.
Nah,
Still not doing anything for you?
no.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's cool, kind of like as like a little like at some point like oh yeah you have it as like a little collector's item, but you know, eh, yeah, I don't know. Again, I didn't think we were gonna have that much to talk about when it came to that, so we'll go ahead and
I
move
mean,
on.
yeah, it's just like it's. I mean, it's just gimmicky. Like it's like I don't know. Like you could put a video game like system like on a fridge or something like that. You know, you can play Tetris in your fridge, but like at what point you're just it's just like like I could just fucking do this on something else that's more capable of handling or just easier to do. Like so, I could just play Tetris on my phone. But yeah, it's cool it's in a cup, but like I don't know, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to fucking like what clean that thing. Fuck that.
Just shaped as a cup. I thought.
Yeah, oh well.
So not buying it. If there are
I
those
don't know.
Tetris fans out there, though, by
I
all
mean,
means.
yeah, that's probably it's obviously for people who are big Tetris fans and 7-Eleven fans. So,
Like you
just
said,
something.
$7
I don't know. I just wanted to mention it. It's just something kind of cool a bit, but
Yeah, it
also at
seems
the
like
same
something that
time,
they could have done as like an April Fool's joke.
I mean,
Yeah, the KFC did there, so
the KFC console.
yeah, so someone had a
Yeah, that one was pretty funny when they had the KFC console. That joke or whatever. Uh, yeah. Okay, we'll just go ahead and move on to the next thing because yeah, like I said, not much to talk about. Uh, Bethesda, they announced their Starfield update for the consoles May 15th. It's gonna add 60 frames per second, fixing the maps, vehicles, all kinds of like quality of life stuff. I can't wait. I'm
I think they're adding
probably gonna.
vehicles. I thought, right?
Yeah, vehicles. They're gonna add vehicles. They're gonna add a lot of good shit that honestly probably should have been there. Should have been there when the game came out. But hey, it's now here. It's better late than never. Whatever you want to say. I mean, I'm gonna play the game again, or at least just
Yeah, I know. I'll re-download it and play it again. Actually, beat it this time.
also in addition. I don't remember. I don't think they actually said when, like an exact date, but they did say that it's coming out like in the fall. Uh, what is it called? Shattered Space. The Shattered Space DLC or expansion is going to be coming out. So we got that to look forward to as well.
I know, like it's nice, like that they're finally putting the 60 frames up. But yeah, like you said, like it probably should have been something at launch. Like I just don't understand why these games that come out don't have performance and quality mode. Like that should just be like a given at this point. But
Yeah, I mean, I get you. Like, yeah,
the other
it's
stuff, like vehicles, like but like performance and quality mode, I feel like should be. I don't know. I just feel like they should be in like every game. Like give people the option.
Mhm.
not even just like give them the option. It's just also like what's the word like? Because I know we've talked about this before when we're talking about like we've talked about next gen consoles and everything. But it is a thing of like maybe after a certain point, like, hey, this should just be a thing just because you expect consoles to be at a certain point in their graphical fidelity and their performance power and everything. But sometimes I guess it just they choose to go with, well, what if it looks pretty? And I know I've said this on uh on previous podcasts. They're gonna go with like, oh well, the game looks pretty, like super pretty, even though it runs at 30 frames, because people, unfortunately, a lot of people online, the vocal minority, that's what they care about is that the game looks super pretty, not realizing that the companies are gonna take that in the wrong way and shit is gonna get sacrificed. But I don't know. That's just my take on it all the time. Like the consoles are never gonna be for like what people want. I don't. I honestly don't think consoles are ever going to be powerful enough to always run like that when you want to try and make games look as pretty as possible because consoles are not PCs. PCs can do certain things, can go where they want. You know,
Piece of this race,
oh my god.
But you're literally agreeing with me. The PCs are better.
Yeah, but like still fuck PCs. Um you're never gonna fucking see me want to choose a PC over console. I just no, no, never gonna happen.
What about tomorrow?
Anyway, so yeah, you gonna play again, JJ? Or you're just
Well, JJ got all the achievements, so probably not till they add
oh the
DLC achievements,
DLC?
right?
Yeah, if it's DLC, I'll with achievements. Yeah, I'll probably jump in. But all that's cool. But you guys have fun. Trying out the new stuff.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm not gonna pick it up.
I mean, I beat the game and everything, so yeah, it is a little bit of a like, do I wanna? Not do I wanna, but like, oh yeah, am I going to play it for an extended period of time? I don't know.
A little over 100 hours in the game. So yeah,
I
but I
don't
put
even
some time,
remember. I don't
and I
remember
just
how many hours I put in the game.
I wanted to make sure I got every single achievement before I went to the new game plus. Oh yeah, that's the other thing with new game plus. You actually can actually like change your character in the new game well, which is kind of if you care about that sort of stuff.
Yeah, the new game plus is pretty cool. Like the way it does its shit. That is like yeah, because it's like oh, you're literally in a new like universe and everything. Spoilers for the game, but yeah. No, I think that's pretty cool. Maybe I might play it just to see what kind of like differences they keep doing in the new game plus, but I don't know. I thought we were gonna have a lot more to say about that, but okay, we'll go ahead and move to the next thing because we only got really a couple more things to talk about. Then we'll talk about Knuckles. Uh, the Xbox Showcase, they announced it June 9th. They also did a I don't know why they did it like oh also redacted after Showcase and like really really like we don't know what it is. Like if you've seen the picture they showed,
It's Call of Duty.
it's Call of Duty. Like
It's the redacted because it's a military Black Ops 6 gonna be stuff, so they try to be all like that.
yeah, I get that that's what it is. They're not trying to like yeah. I don't know. I think they could have just been like, oh, it's a Call of Duty showcase. We're gonna talk about the next Call of Duty game. We all know it's gonna happen. Like we all know there's gonna be a new Call of Duty. So you know, I don't understand the secrecy. Like to me, there's no point. I, they don't have to say like what's going to be the name of the Call of Duty or even what it's about because obviously we just have to wait until the game or the showcase. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. That
They better announce Gears, something Gears
that's what I
related.
was. So that's what the main. Yeah, that was obviously what I wanted to. I wanted to.
I'm a riot.
Oh my god,
I think
that's
it's
what I
like one of
wanted
the
to
main
bring this
things that's
up.
been, like really rumored, right? It's Gear 6.
It's been heavily rumored, but it's also like what do you call it? Not just heavily rumored, but also kind of not kind of, but like it's almost for sure. Like yes, this is a thing that's going to happen because of all the insiders. Like there's just been all kinds of insiders having different sources and this is that, but also the Gears collection that like that's been ramping back up. Like that's going to be there and everything. I mean, it's a possibility. Obviously, is it
One
going
of
to
the two
happen?
needs to be there.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. At this point, because 5 years now, It's been 5 years since the last Gears game. Like, that's the thing, because, okay, when did Halo 4 come out? That came out in
I
like
don't know.
2015, right?
Halo 4 releasing.
Or Halo 5,
It
Halo
came
5,
out
Halo
November.
5, Halo 5. I'm
I was
talking about
like,
Halo 5.
that shit was a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm talking about Halo
Halo
5.
5 was really was October 27th, 2015.
Okay, yeah. Halo 5, that's the one I'm talking about. It came out in 2015, and then Halo Infinite came out in 2021. 6 year difference between the games, or 6 years between the games. Thing is, how long do we know about Halo Infinite? For what?
Well, they
3?
delayed it a year because of
They're supposed to in
stuff.
2020. And then until they saw how ass it looked.
But we knew about the game. It didn't look ass, but we knew about the game for at least 3 years. Like they had announced it at least 3 years before, right? Maybe 2 years or something. But we knew about the game for a while.
Yeah.
For Gears 5 or for Gears 6, they have said nothing. They have said absolutely nothing. It's just, oh, you know, you see, what's the word? Like, they're putting up like, oh, we're hiring for artists and this and that, but it's not saying for Gear 6 specifically. It's just, we're hiring for a new game or for a game that we're working on. And
I want to just start spewing out, hey, we need people for years sick, and they just want to just hide it. The internet announce everything.
but what I'm
Until
saying
they
is
get
that
hacked, and and until there's spoils it.
what I'm saying is that we just haven't heard anything so long, and they haven't announced anything, that it almost is a thing of like they kind of, I don't know, for me, I think they kind of have to give us something at this point because it's been so long. It's been, like I said, it's been 5 years or whatever it is, since the last game. We know
Daddy
it's
needs a new
happening.
gear.
Like, we know it's happening. We know there's going to be a Gear 6 because, spoiler alert for, a 5-year-old game, like, it ends with them like, oh yeah, the fight's not over. We're going to, it's just beginning kind of shit, you know. So clearly they're they're going to continue. They're going to continue the series. I just wish, yeah, we with the whole Gears collection, that like that would have been tight. That would have tided us over until Gear 6, because like,
Yeah. And maybe that's this year. Maybe the Gears collection's this year, and then maybe they're like, oh, Gear 6 is next year. I don't know.
one can hope. Because yeah, we have it's way too long for us to be waiting as long as we've been waiting. That's obviously Gear 6 is what we really want when it comes to game announcements, like the uh the highest priority. Anything else that you guys are like, oh, I hope they talk about this or maybe announce or
Well, there's
something?
there's a rumored a while ago they had like a Wolfenstein that was rumored a while ago. That'd be kind of cool. They showed off a new Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Um, Perfect Dark. Be kind of cool to see some shit.
You know what I'm
Another
actually
Halo Wars.
wondering,
Perfect
if they're gonna do a
Tactics would
new
be kind of
Doom.
cool.
Uh, I'm trying to remember. Remember?
Maybe see something from Elder Scrolls 6.
Nah, they're not gonna show. I doubt
Or,
anything Elder Scrolls.
oh, look at that. Look at that. What it is.
Actually,
What I
maybe
announced
something
years ago.
about Fallout. So
I
like,
heard there's a
there,
rumor for Fallout. Like some games are like Todd Howard's just thinking about two more Fallout games to be announced soon. So it's like
yeah, he was talking about
Fallout
something
3 and
about
Fallout New Vegas
Fallout. Yeah.
remastered.
Oh my God! If they do a Fallout New Vegas remastered, that would make sense. With spoiler for the show, the way the show ended, showing the tease for New Vegas for next season, like that would make sense to have a New Vegas remaster. Like, oh yeah, until the next game, here's New Vegas, the thing that'll maybe not inspire, but like they'll take some you know quote unquote inspiration for the season and everything.
Yeah, just hold people over. Like that'd be cool. Next gen, Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah.
Because I
Maybe if
mean,
they have a fucking release date for Fable, that'd be cool.
Oh, Fable. That's one more games announced. They already announced already.
well,
Viva Pinata 3, dog.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I would
Man,
fucking
I
pre-order
would
that
love
in an
to play that
instant.
shit. My son is gonna be watching me play some Viva Pinata. See, Max, this is Horstachio. You like him.
It was one of the few games I actually bought like a fucking strategy guide to, just because I was just like, you
There's some
need
really
like,
obscure shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
like how do
yeah.
you romance two horse dash? It's like, oh, you gotta get this pen, and you gotta throw a certain kind of food, and it's gotta be at night, and then you'll get your pinatas to bang. And I'm like, hell yeah, dude.
Like, oh, you want the special like swan looking thing? Oh, your like garden has to be really expensive just for them to even step in it. You know, you're like, ah. My favorite one was that you crossbred like the snake, and then you smack it, and it gets a double-headed snake, and then you get two-headed snakes to romance, and get the four-headed snake. I remember getting some messages, people calling me gay for playing it, but low key was a banger, dude. Devin,
Dude,
they can agree on we know bangers.
we do
We
know
know
banger.
bangers.
God
Dude,
damn.
that game. Anyone who says like if they make fun of you for like playing Viva Pinata or whatever, I'm like, you never played the game. If you played Viva Pinata, you'd fucking know that like Viva Pinata is the fucking go.
I wish I gave more Trouble in Paradise a little bit more of a shot. I didn't really play that much, but I think
Yeah,
it's
I
really
mean
too
it's so
different.
good. I have like the Viva Pinata, like the kind of like the collector's edition looking case for
Mm-hmm.
the very first one, where it's kind of like it's like a 3D shell of it or whatever. I have that.
Which in the first one?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, yeah, I had the first one. Yeah, with Horstachio in the front. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I got that one. It's dope. Dope. You had to go all out
hmm
on that one.
God, you guys are. I mean, so like, do you guys remember? I don't know. It was last. Yeah, that was last year when that thing came out. Like, what they were going to be releasing, like in the next like few years or whatever. Like there was like that Doom. Was it going to be like a Doom reboot? I think or something. There was a lot of
yeah.
stuff. I'm
That's why
trying
I
to
think
remember.
that's why like I'm pretty sure Wolfenstein was on there of like a thing, and that's been long. Like we waited longer because I don't really count. I don't remember when that Wolfenstein when you played as the daughters of BJ Blazkowicz. That one was terrible. Like
I
I
almost
don't even count that as
really.
like a like
I
let's put microtransactions in the game. Fuck off. Like no.
I don't understand why they. Oh my god, you're making me sad thinking about that one.
I know.
That one was very not good. I'll be nice and say that was very not good. Um, so yeah, they oh man, they need to give us a new Wolfenstein though.
A
But
new
the thing is
BJ
like,
Blazkowicz one.
who do they have to do it? Because uh, I'm forgetting the name of that damn company. They're doing the
Machine Game?
Machine Games. They're doing
Yeah.
Indiana
Maybe
Jones.
there's two teams, but maybe they've expanded enough where there's one team doing indie and there's one team doing Wolfenstein. Because I mean, Bethesda's. I mean, they have obviously there's people that are still working on Starfield DLC and there's people working on Skyrim. So maybe
I work on it.
Machine Games is big
So,
enough. Yeah.
what about its
Huh?
software? Is that did they just get evaporated within Bethesda, or what?
Well, they would be making a new Doom game if anything. Id
Does that
they'd be
make
doing
its
Doom.
software?
Yeah, I mean
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah,
they're the ones who did Doom. Like, or not that they did Doom, but they're the ones. That's all they've been working on
they
recently.
did all
Like
those games.
they did, but like from all the newer, like
Oh, in the new. Okay.
they haven't done, as far as I know, they haven't done anything else besides Doom Eternal. It was Doom 3. Like, I'd have to look it up, but as far as I know, they've basically.
Quake.
No, I'm talking about, because of course they made Quake, they made Wolfenstein, but like ever
We're
since
talking about the
like
new ones, all the
I'm
new
talking about
games.
like within like the last basically 20 years. As far as I know,
Oh,
they haven't made was Rage was them, the
oh
first
yeah,
one.
Rage 2.
That one was them, but I'm trying to think of if they have done like anything else besides Doom games. And honestly, I don't think they have done anything else. It's just been Doom in that Rage game. And they didn't do the second one. I don't remember who did the second Rage game, but that wasn't them. So, I mean, it's possible they could be working on a new Wolfenstein game, id themselves, but if that leak is anything to go by,
CDFR,
they're working on the new
Rage
Doom
2.
game.
We're on Quick Champions. They did that one. 2022.
Oh, so they did do a Quake game. Wait, did they do that Quake Champions, or was that like a re-release?
I thought that was like one of the new ones.
That's not a
Well, like
re-release.
they re-released the whole to bring back players to play like the original Quake games, like all the people's maps that they love playing and all that.
Hmm.
I never really played those Quake games. I was my little my tiny self was playing like Mario Kart back in the day, Mario 64.
Yeah, no. Trying to think. Yeah, because yeah, when it comes to Wolfenstein, I don't think we're gonna see, unless they're
I bet you
outsourcing it
that's
to
one of
a.
those games that's in the back, right? Like in the back. Like, okay, I guess we'll throw out a Wolfenstein game.
But yeah, like at that point, if you're gonna do that, why even why even make one? We're just gonna kind of just throw it out there.
That's how you, that's how that's how any
Especially,
game
I don't
is.
know,
Throw it
but
out there. But
I don't know. Yeah, especially Microsoft when it comes to you know releasing games, they definitely can't be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna throw it out there. Not with what they've been dealing with the last, you know, kind of 2 or 3 games. Like, can they do just a, oh yeah, we're just throwing it out there, because they've been getting ripped apart for games like Starfield was not like, oh, everyone loves Starfield. Everyone talked shit about the Starfield because it was 30 frames and this and that. Everyone, like, who do you know any Redfall fans?
Well, Redfall is
wait
actually
for their
ass.
fucking waiting for their first DLC after a year, right?
Oof, yeah, yeah, there's that. They still have not released. That's a whole other fucking can of worms right there. So yeah, like, yeah, they can't just throw out a game. It has to it has to be something that
Has to be a banger.
maybe not a banger, but like it's
It
definitely.
helped.
I mean, that helps obviously, but like they can't just. They have to throw out stuff that's not throw out. But they have to put out games that everyone's like, yes, yes, this is great. Because if they don't, like, they're just they're just gonna get fucking mauled again. And as we saw this past week, you know, gamers are not fucking kind. You know, they voice. I mean, like I've been talking about, you know, with Redfall and Starfield, Halo Infinite, all the games that they've been releasing the past few years. Nobody gives them like nobody gives Microsoft a pass as it is. And with what they've been releasing, everyone's been piling on them just left and right. If I'm Microsoft, you kind of can't do that. The thing that's so funny to me is that like everyone talks about how they don't release games, but they do release games. It's just nobody likes their games. Granted, yes, some of them are bad, but like you just kind of have to, for them, you know, you gotta. I don't know. Microsoft just can't release anything. They are gonna have to be careful in what what they're putting out there because a lot of their stuff is not getting received. We'll say with open arms. Yeah, if they're going to make a new Wolfenstein game and Machine Games isn't working on it, id Software is not working on it. You can't just you can't have like some random company be like, oh yeah, throw it out there because if it's not,
Be that fucking stupid just doing that shit.
I just if it's not received well, especially
Knock
the
on
thing is,
wood.
I think the thing is too, you definitely can't do that as well because look at the last game, the last Wolfenstein game. It was bad. You need to have a good one. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts when it comes to like releasing a new Wolfenstein game because especially too, like Wolfenstein, what the New Order, New Colossus, like they're like super loved. And then well, do you remember what that downloadable game was called, Devin? There's that one.
I don't. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. That one was good too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That one people liked too. So if you're gonna just release a game just to release a game, that's yeah.
I think they talked about Fallout, Far Cry 7. Even though Far Cry 6 was dog shit, they still release it. No matter. I guess. Guess what?
That's you know what?
They're
Honestly,
also
I
gonna
don't
release
think
different
Ubisoft
versions as
gives a
well.
Ubisoft definitely doesn't give a shit. They do not give a shit. If they gave a shit like of just releasing good games, they would not do some of the shit that they do. They do not fucking care. They're gonna put out a product and charge as much as they can, and that's it. They're just gonna get as much money as they can. Dude, they don't fucking care. Like, come on, dude. You know they don't care.
Yeah. They still spit out game no matter what. Call of Duty, same shit. They sell. They sell.
You know what? That's another
Modern
thing
Warfare 3
too.
story was fucking horrible.
See,
Everybody
I
still
think
hates
that's
fucking
another thing
Warzone. Everybody
too.
still hates multiplayer.
But see, you're talking about Call of Duty. That's another thing too. Why now Microsoft really has to be careful because you have Call of Duty.
But this is the now it's gonna be obviously the to me Xbox because they're done with Sony's shit, right?
I think
Modern
this
Warfare
would
3 was the last one, right?
no. I think this year would be the last one.
This is the last one, the last Call of Duty or whatever, if out of the contract with Activision.
I think this is the last one. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this one's the last one. This year's.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, that still doesn't like. Yeah, it's gonna be. It's gonna release as a Sony like aligned thing, but they're still gonna have to make sure that it's a good game. Because yeah, like I was saying, Microsoft can't put out. They can't afford to do it now for sure. like to be putting out games that are not going to be well received, because now you're with them getting Activision Blizzard King ABK, like the what's the I cannot remember the word right now that I'm blanking on the word. What everyone's thoughts on that are just, especially when it comes to Call of Duty, is that they just shit out a game. They just shit out a game and that's it. Especially after this last one, it's like, wow, you guys really did just shit out a game. So it just goes
Call
back
of
to my
Duty's been
point.
doing that for fucking what, the last 10 years.
But that's
It
what I'm
seems
saying.
like.
But that's what I'm saying. Now the thought process has to be is with people are like with Microsoft owning them, it can't just be, which I think is hilarious that people think that, but that the thought process is that like it can't be more of the same. Like there has to be a different thing. And I don't understand how people are this either naive or stupid or just straight up ignorant, whatever it is, I don't know. But it doesn't matter that Microsoft owns Activision Blizzard now. It's going to be more of the same. That's what it is. Now, obviously, I was saying that like they have to be careful with what releasing bad games and everything, or even like ABK releasing bad games, because even though they're not going to be, from all the like announcements and everything that they had, that like they're not really like they're running ABK, but they're letting them run themselves at the same time. That's not going to matter. Like that's the thing too is for the most part, Bethesda's running itself. Yeah, there's the whole Microsoft like, oh, this is going to be an exclusive or this isn't going to be an exclusive and everything. But for the most part, Bethesda runs itself. But that's not going to matter to people when a game gets released. It's now all Microsoft,
Yeah,
which
well, that's
is
kind of what happened with Redfall. Like Microsoft kind of just let them do their thing, and that's when it kind of went to they. That's why I think they're taking a more hands-on approach of like keeping an eye on games, because everything I read is like Microsoft kind of just let them do their own thing, and that's not. They need to have more quality control. So
yeah. But
because I think they're getting that feedback.
but the thing is, you and I both know it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because that was the big issue that people had was that Microsoft were too hands on with like certain studios, and then like that's why they left. We're not going to name names, but certain studios that now make MMO-ish type shooters. That's why
That
they
are
left.
really repetitive and not good.
And then like they had that one studio that made Twisted Pixel. They had them. Apparently that was like they were too hands on. That's why they uh went back to being independent and everything. So then Microsoft, what did they do? They overcorrected and were like, okay, fine, we'll be more hands off. So they go ahead and go more hands off, but like it's still not gonna like that. You can say what you want about that Redfall was I guess a bad game or whatever, but it was clearly like when you look at how certain games were looked at or just received, like what was it called, Loco Cycle. No, it's not. People don't look at that game and we're like, damn, that game was great. But people were like, it was okay, I guess. The games that when Microsoft were like, okay, we're gonna be hands on, people were like, it's okay, I guess. They were never like, this game is straight up trash until Redfall. And that probably is because Microsoft was just like, yeah, we're gonna be hands off. Which is why when I say that it's gonna be more of the same when it comes to ABK and all that, because Microsoft is just gonna be like, yeah, this is what it is. We got to do this. We got to do this, and we got to do that. We got to make money, and we have to pay attention to our investment because we need to make sure that it. I mean, you don't want to run into a fucking case like Sony's doing, where they bought Bungie and Bungie's losing them money. And obviously Microsoft is fucking stepping into it with buying ABK because when you think of Activision, what do you think? Call of Duty.
Greedy Call of Duty bastards.
Yeah. When you think Blizzard, is Blizzard looked at the same way? Remember,
No.
even like 5 years ago, maybe. Like Blizzard was like everyone loved Blizzard. They almost couldn't do no wrong. You know, there's Warcraft, Starcraft, Diablo, World of Warcraft. Everyone, even like when Diablo 3 came out, yeah, it wasn't like everyone's favorite Diablo, but you did not hear the kind of like absolute hatred that you could if you just go online and look at Diablo 4, whatever, how people talk about that. People, yeah, and then of course there's a which one was it? Warcraft 3 remastered? Was it Warcraft 3? The Warcraft remastered game.
Wait. Well, yeah, because they remaster it and then they took the old versions down, so then you couldn't even play the old versions.
That's what I'm saying.
Or
Blizzard
the
is
remaster was like way worse. Yeah.
Yeah, they took out shit and then they were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, you can't play the old shit."
yeah. So Activision, Blizzard, like they're not looked at as kindly now. And then like don't even get started on King. Nobody likes mobile shit when you look online. Like that is I don't know. We're
Yeah, mobile gaming's for our fucking parents to play. It's
well,
not. It's not for us to play. We're not playing Candy Crush.
you don't play Candy Crush on the regs?
No, I can't say that I
Ago
do.
when this girl was playing it, she's like, "You should play Candy Crush." I'm like, "All right," but now I don't give a fuck.
It's like you should play Candy
Like
Crush. No, I
it's just
like getting my
it,
dick sucked. I'm okay.
it's just Bejeweled. That's all it is. Just like that you're playing Bejeweled. It's a game that's already been it's existed for a long ass time.
How do you know?
Like it's not
How do you know this is Bejeweled?
Bejeweled
How do you know that's what it is?
Candy Crush
Yeah, that's
because I've
basically what it
seen
is.
like everybody knows that's what it is. I
No,
don't play it, but like
I
you
think
know
you've
what a
played it
game
before.
is.
I think you've played
Oh,
it before.
it's like I've never played World of Warcraft, but I know what it plays like because I've seen shit. So it's like I know what it plays like.
Destiny for sure. Yeah.
Exactly. Except I've played Destiny. It's dog shit.
I'll say you've played Destiny. It's not dog shit, but you've played Destiny.
It's dog shit.
Man. All right, I don't know. You guys got any other like hopes for or predictions for the Xbox showcase? I mean, well, before most likely what we'll do before the actual showcase is we'll probably do like a predictions podcast of what we hope, yes, but also maybe what we think is gonna be announced. So I mean, there'll be more, but I don't know if you just guys want just a little quick, like oh maybe hopefully this.
No, I think I've got like my thing. Like Gears is like my first sure thing. Wolfenstein, then JJ brought a Viva Pinata. Like I don't think that'll ever happen. I think a Viva Pinata is a dead IP, but it'd be fucking cool if it did come back. Like it's one of those things. It's like a wish list. Like hey, Rare. Like do you think you guys would ever
Pinata
think
in a
about?
fucking was it the pirate game? Fucking put that in there, but not make an actual Pina Pinata. It'd be a Pinata Island in
Mm-hmm.
a Sea of Thieves. That's all you're getting. I know. Well,
Is Rare doing anything else besides Sea of Thieves? That's all they do right
Not
now,
that
huh?
I know.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
that they're just Microsoft just told them to do the Connect slash Sea of Thieves.
I mean, Sea of Thieves is obviously like people like that game.
I mean,
Ah,
it's. I'm sure, like now, it's not the like. I'm sure right now it's probably decent, but like back when we like, I don't know. It's one of those things. Like I don't know. They fucked it up at launch, and it's just like I'm like I don't really want to like because we couldn't even get online to like play with each other. And then when we finally did, there was nothing to do, and it's just like okay, like I get it. Your game might be good now, and it might be fun. Like there's a lot of stuff to do, but like well, maybe don't release a game. Like maybe test it, and people can be like, "Oh, hey, just FYI, like it's a cool concept. There's nothing to do. Like we can't do anything. So maybe we should just like not release this game right now until like it's actually fun to play.
yeah,
Because then like other stuff comes out, and I'm like, why would I like? Because now all these people that did stick with it, they're way ahead of us, and it's just like, I don't even feel like fucking dealing with that shit anymore.
yeah, that's true.
Uh,
Not No Man's Sky. Like it's probably good, but like bad taste in my mouth in the beginning.
I mean, that's kind of
yep.
that happens to a few games where they never do recover. I mean, look at Anthem. I don't know if it actually did get fixed.
Nope,
I know they
it's
planned on.
dead.
No, they didn't fix it. They were planning on, it, and then they said, you know what? No, never mind.
Yeah, fuck it.
That's right. Huh.
Just
Anthem.
cut our costs. They're gonna do all. I think wasn't all for gonna be free too.
I don't
Like free updates to like
remember.
help fix the game.
I don't
I think
Kind
remember.
of
so.
usually when games like
Yeah,
that, yeah.
I think that. Yeah, you might be right on that one. They were like, yeah. Oh well. What could have been?
Oh well.
Like clearly, clearly nobody cared enough, or not enough people cared. I don't know. All right.
I think
We
it's
got.
just, I mean, that or just with Anthem, it's just like, oh, we got this really cool jetpack, but you can barely fucking use it.
Oh my god! Like, yeah, that the concept was so
It's
cool.
like Iron Man
Like,
Simulator with not being Iron Man Simulator.
that's the
But when
thing.
you were able to do
Uh,
fly.
Anthem could have been like the Destiny killer, because obviously that's like what they were going for. They wanted to be this like, okay, Destiny is at the time like the new type of like game, these persistent online video games or whatever. So obviously that's what they were going for. And they could have like I think based on the pedigree of the developer that was developing it, was making it, and like the concept of like you're basically Iron Man, but with like quote unquote magical powers or whatever it is. Like that sounds really awesome. But like yeah, there's certain things that they just were like we're gonna do this and this is what we're doing. Like why why am I only able to fly for like 30 seconds before I have to like cool the damn thing down? Just things like that.
It
Like
seemed even shorter than that.
I was
Like
probably being a
fly
little
into the
nice.
waterfalls and everything to cool their engines and stuff because they overheat.
Like honestly, they should have that should have never been like a thing. It should just be like you fly. That's it. You fly.
Maybe in the beginning when you're a noob, and then like the higher level you become, the more your engine you can fly as long as you want because again you're like a master with the suit. So
Yeah.
that's my take on it, man.
No, that's the way it needed to be because you want to make the game as fun as possible. Obviously, like obviously developers don't make games and are like, well, if you don't like it, We made it the way we made it. And we
Well, the
chose.
Souls game.
Well,
True.
that's true. But I think they know that we kind of like getting ass fucked sometimes, so that's a whole other thing. Um, but FromSoft doesn't do as much as you're making the joke like they'll do stuff that maybe might not be like, oh, it's not fun or whatever. Thing is, the games obviously are fun. We're making the joke. They don't
Oh
do
yeah, but
they
yeah,
don't
they're
do
not
shit.
bad. It's like it's just like you have to play it the way they like want to, but it's not like bad. Like they're not like, oh, but like I don't know, like you can't block. It's like, okay, well it'd be really cool if like there's a block button. Like why are you taking away my ability to play it this way? Like I get it, you want the game to be difficult, but like don't take away like crucial features that would make this game more fun.
Or like, could you imagine if like you could only sprint in that game for like 2 seconds? That's essentially what it
Yeah.
is.
Like the other ones, it could have been like the other ones where you always had to use up your stamina bar, but they removed it if you weren't in combat. You have infinite stamina, which was amazing for Elden Ring at least. But yeah, that's what annoying. It felt like you're
Uh,
holding the B or circle when you're playing Bloodborne the whole fucking time.
it's not infinite stamina in Elden Ring. It's infinite
If you're
stamina
not
when
in
you're
combat,
when
that
you're
is
not in
correct.
combat. Yeah.
You're not in combat. That's what I said. If you're not in combat, it's infinite stamina. But imagine you going back to your fucking boss fight. You're holding B the whole fucking time. It's just annoying as shit. Because you're like, oh, ran out of stamina. Down to wait a little bit. Okay, now I'm back to running again. No, it's fucking annoying.
I mean, that's probably what they could have done was
But
for that for Anthem. Oh, when you're out of battle, you can fly as long as you want. It's when you're in battle.
yes,
They probably,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, that would have been
that would
cool.
have that would have worked. But they did what they did. I don't know what could have been. Again, it's kind of the same thing. Like, I mean, maybe at that point it might have been too late for any game to really. Because like, there's been some games that are good. They just don't break through. Like, JJ, have you ever? I know Devin and I played. JJ, did you ever play the Division?
The division 1 and 2.
Because I thought that was really good. But
I
can
liked it. I liked
yeah,
Division. It was cool for
yeah,
what it was. Pretty cool.
yeah, yeah, I like Division a lot. But obviously that game didn't. You know,
Nobody wants to put so much time. Like people are already playing Destiny and some other games, like those type of live service games. Nobody wants to put another 1,000 hours into it. Just another game. Got to do my dailies on Division. Got to do my dailies on Destiny and fucking WoW and Final Fantasy, other shit. It's just then it becomes a chore and not fun. That's what I think. That's like one of the worst things I fucking hated on WoW was I had like I would level up a whole bunch of accounts. I had like 6 different characters. I'm doing dailies on every single one of them. It was annoying as shit. And it's like, oh well, it's already time to do my dailies again. It's fucking and that annoying as fuck. And just if you keep doing so many things and nobody wants to jump off their game that they put tons of hours or even money. People probably bought like a lot of cosmetics or whatever into the game and don't want to. Oh well, this skin looks cool and blah blah blah. I'll buy it, and then you're already a couple $100 deep and just to maybe drop the game because you'd rather play Destiny or something.
yeah, that's kind of why I end up going back to Destiny. I've already sunk so much fucking time into it.
Time and it's like you already know how the game works. It's like you're looking for the expansion. It's just you're comfortable with that game instead of like, buy another game like another Anthem, complete dog shit, waste $70. Cool. Well, if you had EA Pass, you rent it, but it's that's it. It's hard, especially with those kind of games. It takes a while to make those kind of games actually stick their landing. It's just hard. Like I said, nobody wants to move away their game that they put tons of time into. I think that's why with like there's no really WoW killer because you're talking to people that play WoW from 2004. You know, 20 years. I go, oh, I'll try ESO now. Okay, like no, you're not. Like I think those games just makes it where I think they pretty much just kill themselves. Essentially, like Blizzard having all that controversy, all this bad shit, bad story, bad stuff. But I feel like at the end of the day, people still play the game. It was that our buddy Tom, all that country crazy. Everybody's literally jumping off WoW to go play Final Fantasy 14 because of better story and all that. People still played WoW. I think they still had more players than WoW. I think. I mean, Final Fantasy because they don't care about the drama. But like I said, ultimately nobody wants to leave the game that they like playing. I think it's just hard for those live service games to pop off, like Division. Even though it was a good game, we loved it, right?
Yeah, no, I do think about going back to that game every so often, but yeah, you're right. Like
A
I have to be
third
like,
person shooter
okay,
shooter. Cool.
like I have to be like, okay, let me see, let me figure out what am I supposed to do here? Well, how does this work? I'd have to like relearn everything in that game.
Yeah. Or if they jump in later, it's like, oh shit, well, everybody's already high level, then it's just like maybe if you want to play like their PvP aspect, oh, you're getting
I think
destroyed because they
I
have
think
the
it
better
also gets a
gear,
little
better
harder,
weapons.
but I think it also gets a little harder for those types of games. So because like we'll take me for example. Obviously, I'm probably the perfect example of that style of game because obviously I play Destiny, and if I really want to, I do have people that I can play with that are not you guys. If I'm like, hey, I want to do raids, and I tell them, hey, I want to do raids, especially right now because there's that the new fuck what's it called, the update that just had.
Right.
But if I go to like, you know what, that's it, I want to move over to Division. Now I got to find new people. Like the people I play with on Destiny, they're not gonna want to play Division. They're
They
they're
probably
fine.
only play Destiny.
Yeah, well, no, they play Destiny and a lot of CS:GO. Those are like their two main games. Mainly CS:GO. A lot of CS:GO. They really love that fucking game. Um, so yeah, like there's that aspect of having to like learn new whatevers, but yeah, there's also that where it's like, you know, you can't just okay, I'm moving into this game and now it's this. Like you also kind of have to find new people to play with or just people to play with in general because there are things like, Division has it. They have raids. They have things like that. So like those things are meant to be obviously they're meant to be played with people. You can't, it'd be the same thing though. I mean, like if somebody was moving from Division to Destiny, like okay, now I got to find someone to play all these raids with, like constantly. I mean, unfortunately, the people I play with because they play a lot of CS:GO, I don't play with them constantly. I do wish I had people to play with constantly. At least I think that's why too. I like Destiny a lot more. They try to be like, okay, some people just can't get the people to always play the game with because trying to gather a group of six
The
people,
people that play our game have no friends.
the people because trying to gather six people can be kind of a bitch. Like even look at us. Like yeah, we play Gears, but it's basically us three. And Gears is 4 on 4, 5 on 5, right? What is it now? Is it 4 on 4 again? Fuck.
The modes that we play are usually 4 on 4.
But like, how often do we have a full team of four?
Been a few
For like
months.
months. Yeah.
So yeah, even us, like we play games regularly. Like we don't fucking find people. We don't even have a team of four. So like, yeah, it's someone trying to be like,
You know,
now I
when
gotta.
people will be like, hey, you want to party up? We're like, no,
That
loser.
is a little bit on us. Yeah, we kind of.
We'll be like, look at this loser trying to be our friend.
Yeah, we're a little toxic that way, but still, that's it's. Goddamn, dude. My point still stands. Like it can be a little bit of
I know.
a task getting
They shouldn't be so desperate to be our friend, is basically what I'm saying.
Jesus. I mean, no, but what I was saying is what I like that Destiny does is they do stuff like this is why I wish you guys fucking played more. Is that like they have uh the mini raids? I'm fucking forgetting what dungeons where it's just 3 people. That's all you need is 3 people. That
That's cool.
yeah, that always I don't know. That seems more manageable, but you know, games are games. People will play what they play and everything. So I don't know. How did we get into this conversation?
Just about how MMOs and stuff have a steep. They have a steep curve to get people interested in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hard fan base, diehard fan base, because you're not going to leave your game that you played for a while, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, so let's go ahead and just get into the last, or the last top. Well, we'll talk about this, and then the last thing will be the Knuckles show. Um, I don't even know why this is a controversy. Helldivers 2. This isn't Arrowhead's like choice apparently. Sony they implemented or well they were going to implement and then they walked back as of today that you'd have to make a PSN account and sign into it if you were playing on Steam to play Helldivers 2. And because of that, apparently even it wasn't on sale in certain countries because of I guess they don't have the
70
ability to
countries.
huh?
Mm-hmm.
170 countries.
177 I think.
Well,
Yeah.
let's round down to 169 for the funniness of it.
God.
Yes.
Yeah. So as I said, they walked it back. And everyone's celebrating, yada yada yada. And so yeah, that was like this whole past week. That's been like the controversy that you were gonna have to make a PSN account to play Helldivers 2. I have a lot to say about it. I guess. I will wait. I want to hear what your guys' takes are on this. But
Well, like
I know I
in
have
terms,
a completely unpopular like
I'm sure
opinion on this.
I'm sure I'm on the same opinion
They
as you.
wanted
I'm
to do
like,
it to boost their numbers,
no, I
the
mean, like,
players, for
I
the
don't think they
potential
wanted
it
to
had.
boost their. I mean, well, whatever. Like, I mean, wanted to make a PlayStation ID, a free PlayStation ID, correct? A free PlayStation ID, right? Not they wouldn't have to buy any PlayStation Plus. It would be a free membership. So what? How many things do you have to sign up for and give away your email? Like
The thing,
you if
I'm
you
sorry,
want
go
to
ahead.
buy if you want to buy anything from anywhere, like if you want to buy something on Amazon, you have to create an account. Like you just have to have an account. It's kind of like the price of doing business. Like you unfortunately just have to create accounts, and it's just like wah wah wah. You have to sign up for something. I remember some guy can't wait, went back was working at GameStop through the world's biggest bitch fit because he had to create um, an Outlook or an Outlook email to set up his Xbox. I'm like, yeah, you just gotta make an email. Like it takes like 2 seconds. He's like, I don't want to make another email. I'm like, you just make it and then just never use it. And he's just like, I don't want an email. I don't want this system. I'm like, it's just an email. Like I don't understand the issue. Like it'd be like if you're like, oh, I want to have a Gmail account, but I don't want to create a Gmail email. It's like I want to use my AOL email. They're like, no, you need to use a Gmail email. It's like,
Oh, if you want to
well,
have
I
like
don't
a
want to do that.
Google
It's like,
account, yeah.
yeah, like no, you need to have like, and it's like if you want you like when you sign up for YouTube, like you gotta have like it's
You
like
have to have a
you have to
Gmail
have a
account. Yeah.
Gmail account to like sign up for YouTube, and like it's just like it's like the cost of doing business. It's like who gives a shit? Like you just sign up, and it takes like 2 fucking seconds, and you're done. But like they should have thought about it for those countries like what would happen for those countries where PlayStation Network isn't available. Like, yeah, you're gonna fuck them over or whatever, but like in those ones, you could be like, hey, it's not if your country doesn't allow PlayStation IDs, like you're fine, like whatever, like you can get away with not having to do it. But like for people in the US, they're like, oh, it's like, no, shut up. Just make the PlayStation ID and get over yourself. Like, it takes 2 fucking seconds and just the cost of doing business. It's like if you want to play WoW, you have to
You have
register
to
and
have a
make an account with
BattleNet.
them.
You have to have a BattleNet account. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to make a BattleNet account. You're gonna throw a bitch fit like just because you have to make a BattleNet account. Like, no, just make a BattleNet account. Takes 2 seconds and like, who gives a shit? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like some countries for making a PlayStation account though, like the only way for some of those people to make a PlayStation account, they'd have to. I think Ukraine is one of those countries where you need to straight up buy a console, and then you can't even make a free one. You need to buy a PS4,
Well, that's what I'm
PS5.
saying. Like for those countries, sure. Then like they should like have it as like, I don't know, like if they could see your IP address and they see that you're in a country that doesn't allow you to create a free one or whatever, or just make the capabilities where you can create a free, like, I don't know, make it like if Sony's gonna push this release, then they should have thought about it and made a thing where you can get like you can just sign up for a free one online or whatever. Like, I don't know. So, but just in terms of when people like bitch about having to like sign up for something that's free, I'm like, it's like we're in the 21st century. It's like the cost of doing business of like living your life. Like, unfortunately, everybody is wanting your information. Like, and all your information's already out there. If you signed up for one thing, your information's already out there. So it doesn't matter. If you're signing up for one thing or 100 things, your information's out there. It's as simple as that. Like, it's there. So
Also, some people don't want to do PlayStation. I get it, because how many times have they been hacked? Yeah, like WWE don't want to even do that. They've been hacked like every like couple years. It doesn't matter. Nobody fucking bats an eye. Like you're like,
yeah.
oh shit, they get, but guess what though? Halo suck cock though, dude. That's literally what it is. Like, but you guys got hacked.
But like
Tons of fucking data breach.
when you create your PlayStation account, you don't have to put your credit card information in. Like you don't have to put a credit card in right away. So it's like you don't even have to get like you're not even like Sony's not asking you for your credit card. They're just asking you to create an account. It's like essentially creating an Instagram, Facebook, Twitter/X account. Like you're putting your information in, but you're not putting a credit card in. So it's like, so what? You get hacked and someone steals your email. Like just then make a dog shit email that you never use. Go to AOL. AOL still exists. Just make an AOL fucking email and then use that to sign up your PlayStation accounts. Then if your email gets stolen, like who cares? Like you just created like a dummy email for Sony to have. Like I don't know. Like you can get around it and just deal with it. But just to go online and go, nah, I don't want to make an account because I'm just lazy. Like just do it. Like what? Like I'm not gonna go to Costco because they want to make my account and create my information. They're like, no, I'm still gonna go to Costco. Like I'm gonna throw a big bitch fit because Costco requires a membership. Like it's the cost of doing business. They want your information so they can personalize sales to you. It's just like the world we live in these days. I don't know, but I'm sure. I think Everett, you're on the same page as me. But
Yeah.
Say
No.
like
I
better than console kind of shit. So like, why not to make a console like thing? That's what I also feel like.
no, dude. I'm when when they were like talking about this stuff, and I saw like I was just like, oh, okay. It's you have to make a PSN account. I didn't think anything of it.
yeah,
All of a sudden, I just see like so many, just so many, like way too many fucking like tweets, just absolutely bitching about it. And I'm just like, really? This is that controversial? Especially too because like you said it. how many like just anything are like, oh yeah, we want you to make an email with us or make an account with us. Hell, there's even video games, just straight up like video games that are like, oh, you're gonna play our game, but you need to have like a
Mm-hmm.
a Ubisoft. Ooh, excuse me. You have to have like a Ubisoft account. Like I know that they've had that. What there was that one game. I think they did take it
Yeah,
out,
but that's got to be Fallout 76 and their MMO.
but I'm trying to remember that. I'm pretty sure it had like you had to make an account with them.
Like,
They had
talking
like
to
a TV
companies.
show. There was like a TV show with it. It was like
Defiance.
Defiant. I think it was Defiant.
No, yeah, was it Defiance? Yeah, yeah,
Defiance?
video
Defiance.
game. Like,
I think you had to
TV
Yeah, it
like
was
make
show.
Defiance.
like this was just some whatever game, but I'm pretty sure they had it where it's like you need to have like an account with us and all that to even play the game. You couldn't. There was even like a WB game. I don't remember what game. There was like if you want to play, you have to have a WB account. Like a lot of games have done this. A lot of okay. I'm like, how do I say this
Account.
without sounding
Don't
as
you got
like
Call of Duty account to
assholish
make
as possible?
fucking like Warzone and shit too?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand this like childish outrage that had to happen because you're just making a PSN account. Like Devin said, you don't have to put your information because yeah, that was one of the things that people were like, "Oh, they've been hacked." Okay, you don't have to put your credit card information. They just need you because like obviously they're gonna add trophies to it. I guess like that was the thing. It's it's their IP.
Achievements though for Steam. Don't give a shit about trophies if you're a
A
PC
lot of
player.
people, a lot of people do care.
Not for PC paper, not for PC players. They have Steam shit.
Okay, well, it is a
There you go.
Sony game. It is a Sony game. You have to expect. But the thing is, people have pointed this out. If you buy a Microsoft game, you have to have a Microsoft account. So I don't like. I'm not understanding where the issue is. That if you already have to have an account to for certain games that are not quote unquote PC games, they just have like they're releasing a PC version of it. Why are these specific games now? Oh, now we have an issue. Is it just because it was never like that, and it's been like that for a
I
long
think 'cause
time
it's
when it comes to
online
Microsoft
too.
games? Hmm?
Because they said that there's that one game that I thought they're like, oh, this game is not going to require a PSN account on PC. Was it? Oh God, that Ronin game or something.
Rise of the Ronin.
Yeah, I think they're like, if you're single player, you don't need a, or Ghost of Tsushima, I think, for PC. Like you don't need a PlayStation account if you're playing single player. Because I forgot they do have multiplayer for Ghost of Tsushima. Well, I guess that makes sense, but if you, I made a good point with Devin. Hey, this country doesn't do it. Or, I don't know why they had to make it a requirement. It's fucking optional. Like it was like that for a couple months. Like why fuck with it? It
I
ruined all
mean,
that shit, all their
uh,
good work for.
that I will agree with. Like, it wasn't like that at launch. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's all it really is. If they'd have done it at launch, people would be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But it wasn't there at launch, and then it got added. So like I can concede that yeah, that's probably not what they should have done. But at the end of the day, it's not a fucking big deal. And for the absolute well, we're gonna review bomb. We're gonna review bomb Helldivers on Steam. Like you just showed how much of a child you are. Like these people. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm trying to find the words to not sound like I'm just talking shit and being an asshole or something. But at the end of the day, these are the types of gamers that make us look like we're never going to grow up. They bitch and bitch online about just non issue, like stuff that's just a non issue. Like, I mean, in the past few weeks, there's been all these, quote unquote controversies. Some bigger than others, some maybe more warranted with the outrage, like, the Escape from Tarkov thing. That makes sense, to outrage over that. Like, how the fuck are you going to make me spend another $100 so I can do the PvE when I've already bought your edition that says everything that you add to the game is I'm going to have? You know? That makes sense. But then, like, there's that controversy for Stellar Blade because one of the they were saying censorship. These people were saying censorship because one of the bikinis wasn't showing as much cleavage. They put like a lace covering over it. When you look at it, the bikini's still super fucking revealing and everything. Like, my brother's been playing Stellar Blade this week or this past week or whatever it is. He's like 100% of that game. It's pretty funny.
Pretty good.
Yeah. He said it's really good. I'm probably
Like
gonna
a
have to play
Sekiro
it.
game, right? A parrying game.
Yeah, there's a lot of parrying in it, apparently.
Hey Devin, what's a Sekiro? A lot of parrying game as well.
Yeah, but the parrying in that game isn't just like, oh, you parry and that's it. There's like all these like other things that you have to do and everything. Parrying is not just, you know, that's not the only mechanic. There's other shit to do. Anyway, like I'm saying, there's just been a lot of, quote unquote outrage over these things. And I think we're just, because of companies just kind of doing what they want to do, and obviously people don't like that. They just have to complain and cry about everything. And like I said, some of it is warranted, some of it's not. But yeah, this whole PSN thing,
Just make an account.
just make an account. Like, yeah, like I said, I don't know. I'm trying to find the words to not sound like I'm just talking shit. But like at the end of the day, like that's what it is. I'm talking shit because what what was what was the point in being so angry about it?
They got their way. I mean, it worked. I mean, they got their
That
way.
is true. They got their way.
Another tinfoil hat thing was Helldivers 2, I think, kind of used the audience to kind of turn the deal with Sony because they knew they had to sign the fucking deals at the end. Like, hey, they're gonna have to make a PlayStation account, and they said they postponed it a couple months so people didn't have to. And Sony's like, hey, time to pay the piper. Got to make a PlayStation account. Then they're like, well, we try to fight for you guys. Okay, we try to do that, and then that's when it's like, oh, see, the company's better than fuck Sony. Shit like that. Maybe the tinfoil hat idea. Try to rally behind their stuff.
Hmm.
Because now it's just like, see, good job, players. Good job. Thank you for fighting for us. To get not have that thing. That's my take on it. That's like I said, my tinfoil hat take.
Honestly,
Because
just
it's
take
easy to
it.
point the fingers. They're like, well, Sony made us do it. They wanted us to do it, guys. Even though we signed a check for them to give us all the shit to do this to make this possible. But they made us do it. They're the true bad guys. It's for democracy.
Oh man, for democracy. I think that's what makes me more like more just like looking at the people who were complaining online about it, just like you guys are such fucking children. Is that they had to review bomb the game on Steam. I'm like, why? Like all of a sudden now because you have to put an account, the game is shit. It's a bad. You have to give it a bad review. Like I think that's probably what bothers me more about it is that there was like no reason to do that, and they're just gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna review bomb the game, and especially in like the day and age where reviews actually like affect how much money a developer can get. They don't deserve to get bad reviews. Obviously, we've all played Helldivers. We all very much love that game. It's very good. Making a PSN account does not make the game bad.
Yeah, because like again, it's not like they're requiring. It's not like they suddenly like fucked it up and like are started requiring like I don't know. You're gonna have to like pay a ton of money to for microtransactions or anything like that. Like so like they didn't make it pay to win. They're just like, hey, Sony's telling us to like fucking just make this game. Like you gotta have a PSN account. Like sorry, but just can you guys just do it real quick? You know, like
I
I don't
seen
know.
some people
It's kind of
too that
like
were like, you need it. Like they should have incentivized us to make a PSN account. Like give us something. Like why do they have to give you anything?
yeah, yeah. I saw that too. Like, hey, tell us like we're gonna get a free cape if we make a PSN account. It's just like I don't know. Like again, because this directive probably came from Sony to like create an account. It's like it's kind of just like helping your buddy out. Like I don't know. Back in the day, it's like GameStop. It's like, hey, can you guys just like sign up for this shit? Like help me out so that way my boss doesn't yell at me. That'd be sweet.
Also
It's
too,
like
like
yeah, I know, like you don't want to do this, but it's just like you're being told to, and I'll help you out. And it's just like yeah, let me just take 2 seconds to make a fucking account and just get it over with.
also there was like I don't know if she's like a community manager or something. There was an employee at Arrowhead was like, okay, they reversed it. Can I stop getting death threats now? I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, people. It's
Yeah,
a
that sounds about right.
yeah, right. Like, of course, people were sending death threats.
It's crazy how cringy you can do for this shit. It's annoying.
I
And
I'd
like I
like
say
you
said,
take
this
your
good
games
gaming
that
doesn't do anything
seriously.
bad. We don't do anything crazy. Stop playing video games for all this violence. I put a $30,000 hit on the streamer because he
oh my
talked shit
God,
about my
right?
game.
That Grums, right?
Like, right? Yeah.
Grums, yeah, because he's been yeah. There's that guy. I don't know if you obviously you probably haven't seen it, Devin. This is dude Grums. He used to work for Blizzard, but now he just does independent shit. Like I think he has a game studio, but he's kind of been at this whole forefront of like we need to you know we need to take down games journalism and everything. And to a certain degree, I agree with him because games journalism is full of shit. But he kind of takes it too far. He was one of those people who was like, "Oh, they censored Stellar Blade." I'm like, dude, come on, like, come on. But like somebody, I don't know who it was exactly. Like a tweet, like $30,000 or 20,000, I think, $20,000 to the person who takes this guy out. Then there was a streamer that like was like, yeah, like she was. Obviously, I'm hoping they're making a joke. They're like making fun of it, but she was like, I'll add another 10,000 to it. I'm just like, but also at the same time, I'm like, are they making a joke? I wouldn't put it past people
Like the
like that.
rock in the eyebrow. Mm-hmm. That's kind of
So
sus.
yeah, Like that's damn. That's like fucking yeah. That shit is nuts right there in and of itself. Of like
People like what was it was it to, like expose their like address and shit? What is that again? Fuck, I'm hella spacing it. Um, oh my god, I can't remember.
Well, I think that's coming to mind is swatting. Like I don't know.
I can
swatting
do
is
that
a
too. So
some
anything
do
is like
that.
where they just drop your details, like oh, this sir, like so and so lives here. This is their address. Forgot that shit. That's like illegal.
I know there's that sniper wolf chick who had done that shit. She showed that Jack's Films house.
Yeah, like
Like
showed him where he lived and
fuck.
everything, and now he's unsafe because people that simp over Sniper Wolf. Obviously, like you're talking shit about my queen, Emmy.
I mean that's
Fuck you
completely
should
possible.
yeah, I think that now since you exposed them, like that's it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Doxing, that's what it is. Doxing.
Doxing, yeah, doxing. Uh, I don't know. Do we have any more to say on this? Like I said, I think it's stupid.
No,
It was all stupid.
Yeah, like I guess for people that play in like Afghanistan, Siberia, and China, like all the other stuff, Zimbabwe. Sorry, you can't play Helldivers 2 no more. Like for that little less like 5 days of them saying it, but now you can. So glad you guys can play now. For all the random countries out there. Well, not random because you have to live there, but
Yeah.
you know,
random because you're not America.
sure you're not America, so
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
random to me. You're random to me.
All right. So all right then, let's get into the Knuckles talk. All right, non-spoiler review real quick, JJ.
I liked it for what it was. Like it was funny on some things, but obviously like I'm glad it was really good for being like I think what they're like only 25 minutes long. So I don't feel like they overdone the show. Kind of just get out, boom, done. Um, got more kind of info about Knuckles, which is cool, and then the other cop guy. But I liked it.
Did we info about Knuckles? Did we? I'll get into it.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. Devin, your quick non-spoiler review.
Yeah, I mean it I don't know, kind of just bought or like tied me over to Sonic 3. Like it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. Like it was just kind of like I don't know, like a diet soda. Like could have been better, but
Okay. My quick non-spoiler review. It was crap. It wasn't funny. It felt like the episodes dragged. It was the show was not what it was advertised, which is something that like I can get into with a bunch of other shit that's been around or coming out like in the past 3 years or whatever. It was bad. I don't know what they were thinking making the show, how they made it, like doing what they did, the decisions that came into fruition for this show. It was bad. It was bad. So yeah, obviously we're all on like the different wavelengths. JJ liked it, Devin kind of liked it, and I hated it. So yeah. All right, now for full spoilers. Now to just get into the nitty gritty of why we liked it, didn't like certain things, whatever it was. So JJ, we'll go ahead and start with you because I think out of the three of us, you probably have the most positive things to say about it. So go ahead. Just
No, sorry. I think some of the show was us getting to know Knuckles a little bit more with his character and his demeanor. Like, because obviously in the Sonic 2, you just see him just as a kind of kind of like that Drax over the things over his head kind of character, super um dense, I guess. But I I guess maybe I think I was trying to remember some of the episodes. Maybe it's just some episodes that were kind of a little lackluster than others. But I think I just like it still has like the Sonic humor of that aspect.
See,
I don't know.
I
I
don't
wish
think it
maybe
had the
Sonic was a little bit
Sonic humor.
more. I wish like Sonic and Tails were a little bit more instead of just the first episode, like the first like what 10 minutes, and then the
It
I think
was
it was
like
just the first
15 minutes,
episode.
huh?
Yeah, yeah, and then that was it. He's like, oh yeah, find your way home, like find your home or something. And I wish there's a little bit more. But I know it's called Knuckles, not Knuckles and Sonic Tail Show or whatever.
Okay, so here
So
we go. Like, here's how we're getting into the nitty gritty of it. It's called Knuckles. Show's not Knuckles. It's not about Knuckles. He's in the show, but it's not Knuckles. It is Wade Whipple's show. It is a show about him and really just him. And like how you're saying that we learn more about Knuckles, we really don't learn more about Knuckles. Okay, we learned he had a guy, his tribe leader was named Pachacamac. But like, we already knew that he was a proud warrior character. Like, we knew he lost his tribe. I didn't learn anything new about Knuckles. Like that,
versus
you're
him just trying to be the next. Because we already know he's gonna be the defender of the Chaos Emerald. That's literally what his whole thing is. That's his whole
yeah.
shtick is
But
he's the defender of the Chaos Emerald.
that was
But he's
in
trying
the
to
Sonic
find
2
his home.
movie. That was in the Sonic 2 movie. That's what I'm saying.
I think he's trying to find his way because again he has no home. So that's when he
And
just met
see,
Wade to
that's
become.
that's another thing. That's another thing. Like, he's trying to find his home. He had already found his home. At the end of Sonic 2,
Yeah.
that he found his family and a home. They even had like the whole thing of like, you're part of our family now, and this and that when they were doing the baseball game. So for them to
Yeah,
just
but
basically redo that story, he's got to find a family, a home, a place to call home. I'm like, they literally did that at the end of Sonic 2.
yeah, but when you see the first episode, he destroys the house and tries to make it into like a warrior tribe thing. Like Sonic and Tails already like the home lifestyle, then Wade is trying to become a warrior. Hence, Knuckles is also a warrior. He's like, I need to train him and all this. That was his whole destiny to use that. Then he went with them because he saw they kind of all like warriors. Like Wade became, how he faced his father. His mom was also like kind of the leader of the family because she was kind of essentially a single mom with two kids. And okay, the one that I actually fucking hated was the sister. She was fucking
The
stupid.
sister
I
was
think that was the
so
whole part of
annoying.
it. That's what I
The
hated.
sister was
She was
so
annoying as
annoying.
shit.
She was extremely annoying. Like, I thought
Like,
every character was annoying. She was the most annoying. I did not like
it's
any
just like every time
character.
she talked, it felt like he just. It's one of those like that scene from fucking Billy Madison's like, thank you for like when you spoke, you just made everybody dumber than when you kept talking.
Like,
I hated that shit every time.
they tried to do the whole like there was that scene at the they're having dinner and she like stabs Wade in the shoulder. I'm like, this isn't funny. The
No,
show
I know,
was not
because I'm
funny.
like I felt like that part, the dinner part, was just like okay, they're still like obviously Wade's kind of like a kid in at heart because he's just all like dorky and stuff. So the sister's also the same way, but it's just like they're kind of adults acting, still acting like little kids. I thought it was gonna be more like banter, but yeah, when she does like the weird messing with him, like they're like 10, kind of weird.
And then like that scene where he's rescuing him in the last episode, and she's like, "No, I don't want to be rescued. No, don't rescue me. I'm doing something to, I'm gonna break my thumb so I can, or dislocate my thumb so I can get a break out because I don't need you." I'm like, really? We're doing this? Like that they have to do this? It's not funny. I see why they're doing it, trying to inject humor into this scene that like, no, 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 it's not funny. She's
I
annoying.
feel like maybe the only funny thing that is the Sonic stuff is mostly like Sonic. Like he's the funny guy, obviously out of everything. The smart aleck remarks and everything. I know Knuckles had some of his one-liners and stuff, but like, yeah, with those characters, I felt like, especially Sister, it was just pointless. Like they just had to like, write some lines just to fill up some bullshit.
See, the
But I
thing
was
is,
surprised, honestly. The side
I
note
think
though,
the
I was
show
surprised
could
Kid
have
Cudi
worked.
was in it.
I think the show could have worked better because that's the thing is that obviously Wade Whipple knows Earth. He lives here. He's a human. Knuckles doesn't. So you could do the whole like fish out of water still that like Knuckles is getting used to. Knuckles is getting used to, life on Earth and everything. Like you can still do that, but I think they needed to
They
just.
started doing a little bit with like music, jamming. I like he got his iconic hat and stuff. I was super hyped when they saw that. Um, kind of like getting used to like, okay, this is chill. I, I was really hoping to see Rouge the Bat or some shit, or some random character
I wonder,
leading up to
should
like
probably be
three.
in the movie.
But yeah, I'm like, damn it, like I didn't see anything for the show. Yeah, kind of just, yeah, I don't think it kind of just ended, and I think a lot of the stuff at the, yeah, like you said, it was Wade. I give you that. And I think there's a few like well, yeah, the one he was facing his bounty hunter friend. Like
That
Knuckles was not even in that episode.
that episode, like, oh my god,
That was trippy as shit
that
though.
character was annoying too. The Jack character, the bounty hunter,
The friend.
he was
Uh,
annoying. And then they had
kind of.
to do that whole like sequence with a fucking musical number, and I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, we're really
I
doing this?
I don't like I don't like musical numbers and shows. I feel like I always skip those episodes and like in just like any sitcom or what that I watch, like How I Met Your Mother. If I rewatch that, I always skip like musical episodes. I just don't like. I don't know why sitcoms and like shows keep doing like musical numbers and stuff. Like I don't want to. I don't want to see this.
Random quirky,
Yeah, I
I think
get
that's the only thing
why.
that's
I
like,
get why it's done, but it's just like, look, it makes sense to do that in a show where like, okay, we're kind of running out of shit to do, and let's do a musical episode. There's 6 episodes. Like, why are we gonna waste all this time on one episode for him to be like, for something that could just be like, oh, he's got to learn how to like control his power, like learn his inner power kind of shit or whatever. And we're gonna spend the whole episode on it. The whole episode. Not only are we gonna spend the whole episode on it, we're gonna do it as a musical number episode. That's that sounds fun, right? That sounds entertaining, right? Like I
he
said,
wakes up. I think I
I
was
don't
back
like
into it
that
again.
Wade. See, I think that was it too. Is that they had to like, oh, he's like, okay, yeah, cool, I figured it out. He didn't. And then like they go right back into it. I'm like, no, let's not do this because I thought the Wade Whipple character was fine in the movies. He's a side character. He's gonna have his little stupid lines. Fine. To make a whole show about him doesn't work because the character did not work at all. He was not, like I said, he was annoying. And everything he said, over the topness was just not working. I think that's another issue I had with the show is that like it's so over the top in trying to be funny that it just didn't work. Because the Sonic movies weren't like that. They were funny and they had some ridiculous shit, but when you try to like make like, oh, the Wade Whipple character is ridiculous, the Jack character is ridiculous, the sister character is ridiculous, the father, when they introduced the father, he's ridiculous. Like after a certain point, you have to be like, okay, something has to be grounded here, and it can't just be like, oh, well, Knuckles is, not like that because he's a fish out of water. But the comedy can come from that he's the fish out of water character. So to have all these characters that are so like over the top, just like they have to be like just funny and ridiculously funny, and they just come off as cartoons, and the movies were not trying to come off as cartoons. So if it's going to be in the same like style of the movies, the same, whatever universe, whatever it is, make it like the movies. Not everyone is just so over the top stupid. And like I said, you're making it about a character that wasn't funny to begin with, and he was good in doses, but I don't understand why they thought they needed to make this show, and basically he's the main character, when like if you're going to make a Knuckles show, make a Knuckles show, because you could. The thing is, they could have made a Knuckles show and just been like, oh yeah, this is set before the movies. And
Yeah, it would have been cool to see, like, because like you said, they talk. I mean, he talks about his backstory and shit, but it would have been cool if, like, I don't know, there was like flashbacks to his home world, you know?
yeah, like
Like
you
talked about
can
it during
make
like
it.
the dinner, like at on the episode I think 3 with when they met the mom and stuff.
Yeah, but you could have just
And
done it.
it's
You
also
could have
like
done a whole episode. You could have just done an episode of like what happened to his people and stuff like that.
but
Instead of just
they kind
like,
of vaguely talked about it in Sonic 2.
yeah, but I'm saying like, but you could actually like things can be talked about, but then you could actually like show it, you know, in more detail of like what happened. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't understand what was the thought process for the show, because it didn't add anything. Because like you're saying, oh, we learned more about Knuckles, but we really didn't. Like we knew that already, yeah, he's like supposed to be the last of his kind or whatever. And that, he's he doesn't understand this world or whatever, just these things like that. There was not much given except that, like I said, as far as I know, the only thing we learned, as far as I can remember, the only thing I swear that this new information is his tribe leader Pachacamac. But we already knew that he was like, yeah, the defender of the Master Emerald, and you know these other things, because those were in the movie. That's why he was aligned with Robotnik, was that he thought Sonic was after the Chaos Emerald. I just I don't understand any of the decisions that were made in this. They just, like I said, and this is gonna be like a bit off topic, I guess, or maybe not off topic, but like this is kind of going into a tangent. Is just it's part of something that I really fucking hate. Like I really hate that they've been doing this. Like a lot of studios have been doing this lately, where they make we're gonna make a movie or a show about this character, and then when you watch that, whatever piece of media it is, it's not actually about that character. I don't know. Did you guys watch the Obi-Wan show?
Yeah,
That show wasn't
Yeah, I
really
watched it.
about him. Or like the Hawkeye show wasn't really about Hawkeye. You make these shows and movies, and you're gonna be like, okay, but it's really to introduce these new characters or focus on this character because whatever. I don't like this trend of movie studios or entertainment studios like doing that, because then you waste perfectly good like premises or whatever it is on these characters that are just nobody's gonna care about that character. So why even make anything about that? Like, okay, cool. They made their Wade Whipple show and named it Knuckles. What's gonna happen with him in the next movie? He's just gonna be a side character. He's gonna do what he does.
Punch out of the thing, so I don't know if that power comes from. So what if he becomes Big the Cat, dude?
That would be amazing. And then just ask you to fish a bunch.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
God.
doesn't say shit after that point. From a character that talks all the time to nothing, just he runs away.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm glad you seem to enjoy it, to have enjoyed it. I
I mean, I'll probably never fucking watch it
I
ever
might watch
again.
it
oh,
again. It's one of those like,
I'm never.
I'm glad I watched one like time of it. Knows it.
I know I am definitely never watching it again.
I enjoyed
I
it more than the Halo. That's not saying much either.
after that second season, it's not saying much.
But numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. One of the best Paramount shows to date.
Granted, there's not a lot of good stuff on Paramount, unfortunately.
Yeah. What other original Paramount shows are there?
Is that better than Halo?
The Star Trek stuff,
Is the Star Trek stuff any good?
no.
It ain't Star Wars. Oh wait, sorry. To kind of talk to another thing, because I'm assuming we're kind of done talking about Knuckles.
No, I mean we could still talk about it, but like I don't know. There's probably not much to talk about when it comes to Knuckles because I mean we're pretty much
I think
talking.
it's kind of like I felt like. I think when I started listening, like looking some more things about it, it did. There's a few things, but I said I still liked the time. I enjoyed it watching the show. It's kind of like the Mario movie. It's like I liked watching it, but then you start seeing all the flaws. Like, it's not the best movie because they waste their time going to go to DKs and to realize they all fucking lose immediately. Wasted the whole time going to get the DKs just for Princess Peach to like freeze Bowser and win, or like Mario kicking his ass in New York and that's it. So I think I got like one more thing to talk about, right? I think we talked about it a little earlier in the week.
Mm-hmm.
If you're down with that,
No, no, go ahead.
I think it's that new pop game.
Oh yeah, what's it called? Funko Fusion?
Yeah, something like that. Adult Lego, pretty much. I got super pumped when they showed like Shaun the Dead and stuff like that was gonna be in it.
Yeah, they're gonna have all kinds of like
And you see like people getting like the pop figure getting stabbed and killed, and it's
yeah,
nuts.
it's
Blood
violent.
spewing out. I think it's like a lot of the ex like Lego people, I think, working on it, right, or something.
That
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it? That I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it's a lot of the people from Traveler's Tale or TT Games. I think I saw that too.
Hmm. Oh, that's yeah. I saw that. Did it say when it was coming out? Did they announce a release date?
September, I think.
I'm probably gonna
That
want to play
sounds
that
right.
game. It's a
Yeah, it's like
co-op
early
game,
September.
right?
I'm assuming so.
I hope it is. Yeah, I'm probably gonna want to play that game because that did look interesting. Looks like it's gonna be like a third-person shooter or something, or at least a third-person action game.
Yeah, like Lego.
Hopefully, it doesn't just get killed off like Gears Pop.
Ah, my God.
No, because they're adding so many IPs to that.
I know.
Jurassic Park, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz.
I'm pretty sure I saw Invincible on the front cover.
Yeah, Invincible. Yeah, you see like Invincible like on there. Chucky obviously was one of the big ones too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that I am kind of looking forward to seeing more from that. See what's up with it, because it could be pretty cool. Like, I mean, we'll have to find out obviously once it gets released, and we'll have to see like full on gameplay because they did show gameplay, but like an actual like like okay, we got to see how it plays and everything. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's gonna be like literally like a different Lego game, but with just pop
that's
figures.
probably.
You can't really can't fuck that up.
I don't think it's gonna be like a Lego game per se because the Funko
I'm not saying you
Pops
can't
aren't
build it,
like
but like
yeah. Well, but
I'm
okay.
assuming you just die, pop big. The characters look little like pop figures, just like Lego, but they just die really bloody, gruesome.
Mm, yeah. All right. So I think that's gonna do it for episode 16, podcast number 16. All right. uh, yeah, as I said earlier, so we are gonna have another episode next week. We're recorded on Monday, just like we're doing with today's podcast. So it's gonna most likely come out on Tuesday as well for next week. But we will have another one because Mother's Day for all the lucky bastards that still have their mother. um. So yeah, you guys want to go ahead and say till next time and everything.
Till next time. See you, money.
Welcome
Happy
everyone to
holidays,
the Gaming
everybody.
Gamers Podcast.
We're still doing
Excited for
this,
today's
Devin.
episode.
We're still doing this, Devin.
To the two beans in a pod
Oh
cast.
my god. All right. And we'll catch you guys. Oh my god, you motherfuckers.
The
We'll catch you
Glizzy
guys.
guys will see you later.